hustlers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jasmine, aka Jazz Hustles, and I am a 21-year-old Amazon seller. I started selling in the beginning of last year and I'm still going at it. As you guys can tell by today's title, I just wanted to go over exactly what I would do differently if I were to start Amazon FBA from the beginning. Now, since you guys know, I have been selling on Amazon for almost 2 years now, and I have gone through some bumps along my entrepreneur journey, but I want to make this video so then you guys can prevent those things from happening. And it's usually the stuff that I'm going to list today is something that a lot of people can also relate to as well. Also, I'm going to be announcing the ebook giveaway winner. It was exclusively for my Instagram followers, so I'm going to be announcing that, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be announcing the giveaway winner for the ebook after this intro. If you haven't already, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more, and push that little bell so you're notified whenever I post.
So I guess I can't complain. But I feel alone even when we're alone. And that don't cause nothing, but I don't wanna give up.
So I had posted on my Instagram story. If you guys haven't followed me on there, make sure to follow me on Instagram, JASHUSTLES. Sometimes I do exclusive little giveaways for like my ebook or maybe lifetime access to the Discord or a free one-on-one call with me. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. That's my only page on Instagram. And I also have a TikTok page as well. But make sure to follow my actual real account and none of those scam accounts. I read all of your comments. I liked all of your comments as well. Drum roll, please. Her name is Joy and she is 22 years old. Her YouTube username is at Feed the Soul Joy. So she is the giveaway winner for the ebook. If you did not win the giveaway, that is perfectly fine. If you're still interested in the blueprint for Amazon FBA, the link in the description. Okay, now let's get to the main topic of this video. What I would have done differently before starting Amazon FBA. If you guys see me looking here, that's because I have like my notes on my computer. So basically the first one is focused solely on gating multiple different categories, as well as at least 10 to 15 major brands. In the beginning, I only ungated the grocery category and I just ran with that. Once I got approved, I'm telling you guys, once I got approved for the grocery category, I was super happy. I took a quick video and I automatically went to the store. I went to TJ Maxx first, didn't find anything. I was gated and like everything, and then I went to Walmart and it was the same exact process. I was so discouraged, and a lot of people I tend to see they do that as well. They ungate their first major category or first major brand and they automatically run to the stores. But with ungating, like, you have to make sure you're ungating and you're investing a lot of time in just the ungating process. And one thing that I tell a lot of people too is just to focus on, like, especially if you already have your account set up, you have all the materials, it's literally like, okay, I want to start selling already, but it's like, you have to remember that like ungating is just the beginning process. Eventually, when you invest all your time in ungating many different brands and categories, then you really won't have to worry about that ever again. So I didn't ungate a lot of other things until way after the fact. I focus on mainly groceries, and there was times where I was ungated in certain products and I was able to sell it. It was profitable, and then there would be many other times where I find other profitable products, but I'm just not ungated in it. So I had to be niched down really into grocery and a little bit of health and household. So honestly, just make sure that you're investing a lot of time in the ungating process itself. I know you really want to make money and you really want to start sourcing, but just keep in mind, like, honestly, if you only have a few things ungated, it's going to be 10 times harder trying to source for profitable products that you're ungated in, as well as is profitable. So you just make sure to just invest a lot of time in ungating. Don't do it like how I did. I literally just ran to the stores right when I got approved for the grocery category. So make sure to do that. Next thing is diversifying my inventory with many different brands and products. So this is kind of like piggybacking off of the last statement that I said. Now, I feel like with diversifying your inventory, it's the best thing to do. So in the beginning of this year, actually, January 2024, my inventory was like 90% Nike, and Nike was starting to do this weird stuff, regating sellers, restricting new sellers. It really kind of like opened my eyes. If I got regated in Nike, I would have had to get all my units sent back to me and sell them somewhere else because the return policy was just up already. And also I bought them all from the outlets too. So there's actually no returns from the outlets. When Nike started doing all this weird stuff, I just started just like slowly tanking those products. I was scared because that was literally my whole store and that's what's making me sales right now. So I was just really scared when it came to if I ever were to get regated in Nike. Now that's not just specifically for that brand. I'm just saying saying just diversify your inventory a little more. When it comes to different brands and categories, don't just sell apparel, don't just sell groceries, so many different things. The next thing I have is focus on learning more rather than thinking you know it all. You know, there's so much information that you have to learn within the business, and you don't ever want to get to that point where you feel like you just know everything. Like, I'm telling you, myself, I have a mentor, I purchase courses, I've done many different things, and you guys may think that I just know it all. I don't know it all, and I'm still considered a beginner. If you were to ask like an Amazon seller that's been selling for like 7 years, like, I'm still considered a beginner, and I have gone through many different hurdles in my entrepreneur journey, but at the same time, like, I'm still learning through everything. You are never really going to just know it all. Like, you're really not going to. It literally comes with experience. Like, I've only been selling on Amazon since January 2023, literally last year. So focus on learning more. If you are in a group, or if you're in a course or mentorship, honestly, just take advantage of that, because it's really for you. You decide to invest in that type of product or from whoever, so then you can prevent the most mistakes possible. So take advantage of that. If you're in my Discord, which I do have, it's basically like my community filled with many other Amazon sellers, and I do weekly group Zoom calls, and I post product leads every day. Link in the description if you want to join. There's no such thing as a dumb question, so just keep that in mind. Honestly, I wish I studied more of the stores rather than just walking out after my first visit. Now, a lot of people tend to do this, and it's normal to do it, because it's like, okay, if I didn't see any good products here, then I'm just never gonna go back to this store. But you have to keep in mind that you have to study the product. The sun just went down. I was blind for a bit, but this is fine. But the cloud is about to come back up anyways. You have to study the stores. You've never done this before. You're walking into a brand new store. You may know the store whenever you are personally shopping. Like, you may love Ross, but like, it's like you honestly just have to switch off that mindset of buying for yourself and switch on that reseller mindset. That's what I talk about a lot in the course. And keeping in mind that you're most likely not going to find any profitable products the first few times you go, because you have never scanned the store. You have never scanned the store for profitable products. And you also can't just go into the store thinking that this is going to sell, that is going to sell. Like, you have to literally shut off that consumer mindset and turn on that reseller mindset. And that's what I preach in my academy. Honestly, you just have to study the store. You have to constantly go to that same store, scan literally everything in the aisles. And after that whole thing is done, remember, you don't have to do it in one day. If you go into a store for the first time, Marshalls, and you scan a few things, just pick at things, of course you're not going to find anything. And of course you're not going to find anything like the first day, the first week, maybe the first month. It takes time, but it's really just up to you. You have to invest a lot of time into sourcing. And if you aren't investing that much time, if you're investing only like 1 hour a week, then of course you're going to get discouraged. So make sure to invest a lot of time too. So yeah. Honestly, this is personally what I would have done, but it honestly differs with every single person's case. I wish I quit my job earlier. And the reason for that is just because I feel like I wasted a lot of time with those jobs that I was working, right? If I was making an income with Amazon, I was just really scared at the time. Honestly, I was scared of not making any type of income. Like, that's why at the time I had 2 part-time jobs, and I did Instacart and DoorDash on the side, because I was just like, I'm scared of not making any money. Because there was a time, I don't really talk about this, but there was a time where I was not making any income, and I was like moving around because my family had moved because the rent was getting so high in a certain area. So we had to move. We moved into my grandma's house, and then I actually moved into my cousin's house just because my grandma's house isn't big and my whole family had to live in there. It's a whole lot. But basically I had to quit my main job. I used to work at Cheddar's. Their croissants are busted, but I used to serve at Cheddar's, and I had to quit that job just because like the commute was way further and I wasn't working close to it. And I always work close to where I live, always. So I had to quit. And there was a time where I just wasn't making any income. Once in a while I'll do like Instacart, but honestly, like, that's around that time when I wasn't making any money. I was like, okay, I need to look into something that I can like make money like online, because this is not cutting it, literally. And I was trying to apply for many different jobs, and I just wasn't getting accepted. Not just because of me personally, because I had experience serving. I was mainly looking for serving jobs. there's a whole lot of tea. There just wasn't a lot of restaurants that were hiring at the time, and it was good that that happened. I was literally going back from like my grandma's house. I used to live in my cousin's house, and then I also once in a while I'll live in my friend's house. So it was literally like back and forth, just everywhere. I was just all over the place. Grandma's house one time, and that's also, I was looking into Amazon FBA too. It took forever for them to verify me. It took like literally a month to verify me, and that's why I say all the time, if you're looking into selling on Amazon, create the account like right now, because it took long for them to verify me because I kept having different addresses. So yeah, it took literally me like a month to get actually verified and ready to go. So that's just a little backstory with me. I never really talk about like before Amazon. I simply just say like I was a server and stuff like that, but like you guys, it's good that you guys should know this too, so then if you guys are in the same position like I was in the beginning, like you can relate as well. So yeah, you have an opportunity. If you're actually doing everything right, if you see you're getting those sales, spend more. And I personally I capped out on certain things. Like the first month I spent like $500, and then the second month I spent like a thousand. I think I went up like every month like 500 to 1,000. Now that's perfectly fine. Like if you starting out, if you don't have much savings and that's like the only money you have, that's fine, because you can always reinvest the profits and all of that. And that's what I was doing. But I feel like I had so much saved, like and it was just sitting in my bank account. I was like, why not just put more into it too? So yeah, I wish I utilized Seller Board and repricing software. I use BQ right now, but I wish I utilized those softwares before. I started using Seller Board like almost at the end, yeah, maybe quarter 3 or quarter 2, and I just found out about it. But Seller Board, basically, like I'll also link the tutorial on here on, you know, what Seller Board does, and I also have a link in the description for 2 months free of Seller Board. But basically, Seller Board is like, it helps you with everything on the back ends of the business. Helps you like kind of see exactly what Amazon has lost, requests reviews for all of your customers, tracks your accurate profits and inventory, tracks all of the Amazon fees, everything that Amazon is taking from you. It tracks it. It lets you know exactly what that fee is for. And honestly, ever since I use that software, I have been all for it. That's a necessity software to have starting out, because I'm telling you, like in the beginning, it's gonna seem like Amazon is like scamming you, because you know you think you're gonna get $100 payout and you actually get like $20 payout. Like it's really interesting that how that works. But honestly, like before, I used to track my fees and all that because I'm a really organized person, and you should be as well, especially if you're just starting out with the business. I used to track my fees on a notebook, and I used to track exactly how much I should be making from Amazon. And then when it comes out, I'm just like, okay, that seems right. If it doesn't seem right, then I would try to see. But it took hours. I would do that at the end of the month or in the beginning of the next month. It would take hours just to track everything. So I honestly, ever since I found out about Seller Board, I'm just like, And it does so much for such an affordable price. Like I'm not gonna pay to say this, but honestly, it's like $19 is the cheapest plans. I think that's the one I have, and it's just crazy. It's just so great to have for your business. So another thing is also utilizing in a repricer earlier along my entrepreneur journey. I knew about repricers, but I just didn't want to just spend so much on softwares in the beginning, and that's fine. But like eventually, when I like after my 5th month, because my 5th month I made 10K in sales selling on Amazon, and it was like 4K or 3K profit, 7K revenue. And I honestly, after that, there's like no excuse. You're making money. I was making money. I didn't want to invest in too much software still at the time. Like I'm just a cheapo. I'm a cheapo. A repricing software is basically, it literally reprices your listings competitively within the market, like every single minute. It depends on the plan that you get. Reselling on Amazon, you have to make sure that you are priced competitively at all times, right? So usually if you don't have the software, or if you're just starting out and you have like less than 20 ASINs in your store, you can manually do that. So you can just reprice, just look at the listing and see what it's going for now, price it wherever you want to, but like you want to make sure that it sells, and you have to do that like every day or every other day, right? So eventually I started having like ASINs, like over like 40 ASINs in my store. I was just repricing myself. I was not using any software. It was so time consuming too, and I started getting a little lazy, and I started like I didn't really reprice as well as I used to reprice. And then I found out, well, I knew about the repricer, but I just never used it. And then I just told myself, you know, I'm just gonna invest in the repricer. Right now, I spend $100 a month on BQ. There are cheaper plans, but it's honestly just whichever fits you best. But with me right now, I use the $100 plan mainly because of the AI features. Just do your due diligence. Using a repricer, like in the beginning, is really confusing. But honestly, like if you are in that range, like if you have over 20 ASINs in your store, invest in a repricer. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the best thing ever. Another thing is looking into local Amazon selling networking events. Now, I didn't know that was a thing in the beginning. I don't know why, but I just didn't think that was a thing because I'm just like, not much people sell on Amazon like that. So why would there even be like networking events? You may be surprised. Like I've been to a few networking events, but that was after the fact. I would have loved to go to networking events when I was just starting out as a beginner. You learn so much with these networking events. You meet bigger sellers, they motivate you, they help you out. Like honestly, just look up in your area. Or I've gone to networking events that were like just recently. I went to one in Las Vegas. In the beginning of this year, I went to one in Miami, the Miami Sellers Conference. If it's not locally, then you can use that as a business expense if you do have like an LLC or a credit card, business credit card. Now, the last thing I want to say, it's not completely related to me just because I did do this, but I do notice that a lot of beginners don't do this. So basically keeping receipts and staying organized, that is super important to do, especially with Amazon FBA, because if they lose any of your units, they are going to be asking for receipts. If you're doing RA, if you're doing OA, you need to make sure you have some type of invoice or order confirmation or just anything, any proof of purchase. And if you are not staying organized, if you're not tracking exactly how much you are making, tracking exactly how much you are spending, then you're just doing it all wrong. And you really need to reanalyze all of that. So just back it up and just reanalyze, just be organized. If you found it helpful or beneficial, make sure to like it up. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my vlog channel. I know my vlog channel is a little dead, but I'm telling you, I have vlogs on my computer. Some are edited, some aren't, but I want to start posting more on there just because I want to have 2 channels monetized, you know, extra income. And also I like showing my life a little bit here and there. Let me know in the comments too if you guys are interested in the vlogs on there, because it will motivate me to post them, like actually post them. If you haven't already, make sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok where I post on those every single day. Also, if you're interested in learning more about the business and you just want a complete blueprint rundown, then look into the description. You will find my complete Amazon FBA guide. Then I also have my Discord community, which I was talking about a little earlier. I post leads on there. I also have weekly group Zoom calls, and you will also have access to networking with other Amazon sellers in the space. Because if you think about it, I'm asking you right now, do you know any Amazon sellers? Probably not. I also have the Hustlers Academy, which is a course plus mentorship program that is also going to be linked down in the description. You're basically going to have access to the Discord, lifetime access. You will also have access to my 15 plus hours curriculum that is going through everything step by step, plus unlimited access to booking one-on-one coaching calls with me and my partner since we do it together at the moment. Those are the only 3 things that I have. If you have any questions on any of those 3 things, just comment down below and I'll try to get to your comment, or you can just DM me on Instagram. But thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Halloween. I know it was yesterday, but I want to say it again. Happy Halloween, and thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys real soon next Friday. Peace.